Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight we're gonna do some more ghost stories and makeup. So I'm gonna do an eyeshadow look for you guys, maybe a little bit of base, while we tell some ghost stories. So thank you for tuning into my channel. While you're here, if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you're notified whenever I upload, and let's get into the scary stories. Alright guys, I'm going to start by priming my eyelids with a little Jeremy Vanderver eye primer. If you guys did not know, I do own a makeup company, cosmetics company. You can shop my products at jeremyvanderver.com, or if you come to my studio, you can shop at my studio. Y'all, my eyelids, whew, they are still crusty. But we're going to try to do this eyeshadow look. But yeah, they're a little crusty still. They're a little dry. You know, my skin has been going through the gigs the last few weeks. So, they're still, this weather change, like, it's like no joke. But they're still a little crusty. So, I hope you guys are ready for some scary stories. So, I picked some tonight that are really short. Then we're going to talk about them. They're like supposed to get your mind really like working, I guess. But they're they're pretty short. So, we're going to do more than we did last time. So, I just like to make sure that I get down by my lash line really good and up underneath my eye. Now bring it on out. You want to always make sure you blend that out real good. But I always bring shadow up underneath my eye, so I try to make sure I get a little bit right there against that, like against my bottom lash line. Okay, guys. So let's jump on in, and we're gonna start with the first story. Okay. Alright, so the first story is called Nunchucks. When my daughter was 2, I found her twirling paper towel tubes tied with twine in the air. I asked her what she was doing. She said she was practicing her nunchucks. I was very confused as she had no way of knowing what they were. I asked her what she meant, and she said that Adam had told her how to make them and showed her each night how to use them. She went on to say that Adam told her to practice because she may need to know how to defend herself someday. I almost freaked out. But asked her what Adam looked like. She said he was tall, blonde, and had blue eyes. Ooh, kind of like me, but not the tall part. She said, "Mommy, you know how he looks. You know him. He died of a headache." I had to leave the room. You see, 4 months before she was born, my tall, blonde, blue-eyed, martial artist pro friend had died of a brain aneurysm at the age of 27. She has not spoken of him since that day, so I'm not sure if I scared her with my reaction or if she had completed her lessons. And that is creepy. That's creepy. So what do you guys think? Do y'all think that was an actual ghost? Or do y'all think that was something a little more sinister? Like trying to scare that family. Because you know, they'll try to scare a kid and they'll make their way in through like children and stuff like demons and the devil and all that kind of stuff. So I am anytime like a kid like sees a ghost. I know that they're more sensitive to ghosts, but that always just makes me, like, creeps me out because I'm just like, is that something trying to make their way in because they don't think that a kid will think that it's scary? You know what I mean? So that just, like, that freaks me out. Like, I don't know. Okay, so the next one, it's really short, but it's kind of, well, it's not kind of, it is creepy. It's very, very short. Very short. So it says, this young dad was putting his kid to bed, okay? And it says, I begin to tuck him into bed and he tells me, Daddy, check for monsters under my bed. I looked underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, Daddy, there's somebody on my bed. Yeah, that's creepy. That is creepy. But then once again, like, it's like, comes down to that, like, I mean, what is what? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know? Like, I don't know. It's weird. When ghosts, like, are involved with kids, it just really, like, freaks me out because you just never know. Like, you just never know if it's, like, something sinister or if it is something that is trying to, you know, communicate and trying to be friendly and we're trying to help, you know, but you have these sinister, deviant things out there that we don't know what they're willing to do, you know, to take a soul, you know. This is our next ghost story. It is called The Chair. It's kind of long, so it's called The Chair. When me and my sister Betsy were kids, our family lived in a charming little farmhouse. Oh, that's sweet. Sweet. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple tree in the backyard. But our favorite thing was the ghost. Kids, once again. Kids. Okay. Where was I at? We called her Mother because she seemed so kind and nurturing. Some mornings, Betsy and I would wake up, and on each of our nonsense, we would find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there. Worried that we'd get thirsty during the night, she just wanted to take care of us. Among the home's original furnishings was an antique wooden chair, which we kept against the back of the wall in the living room. Whenever we were preoccupied, watching TV or playing a game, Mother would inch the chair forward across the room towards us. Yeah, that's scary. Whew. Sometimes she'd manage to move it all the way to the center of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. No. Mother just wanted to be near us. Years later, long after we'd moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farmhouse's original occupant, a widow. She murdered her 2 children. Woo! By giving each of them a cup of poisoned milk before bed. What'd I tell y'all? See? They're not there to have fun with your kids. They're there to murder them. She then hung herself. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room with a woman's body hanging from a beam. Beneath her, knocked over, was that old wooden chair placed exactly in the center of the room. And there you go. The devil itself. Y'all can't be playing with... Y'all can't be doing that, no. See? And they thought that it was their friend, and she was not there to be their friend, was she? Not at all. Not at all. She wanted their souls, probably. Probably wanted their souls. So, yeah. That is weird to me. Weird. I wonder if that was like something demonic, or if that was her, like, her spirit, and she was like trying to make amends, you know. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it doesn't matter, but that's freaky. That's why you don't take milk from Ghost. No milk, Ghost. No ghost milk. Yeah, that's creepy. Creepy. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this brighter blue. So, I've never had a ghost leave me milk. Never had that. A ghost and milk. That's crazy. But I do wonder, like, was she trying to, like, relive that and, like, kill those children? You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, you never know. I think that that's something very deviant and scary. And, I mean, because something had to possess her, you know, when she was alive, or she was mentally unstable, or something to do that to her kids, you know? It's weird. That is weird. Weird. Ghost and milk. The milk. The ghost. Ghost milk. I mean, what would y'all do? What would y'all do if y'all woke up and there was, like, milk? A ghost had left milk on your nightstand. That scared me. My phone just went off and that scared me, I'm not even gonna lie. That was scary. Y'all, let me tell you what. Anytime you are trying to blend blue is very difficult. It's a very difficult color to get to blend, so you're really gonna have to go to town on it. And if you have any kind of dry eyelids, patchiness or whatever, that color, it will catch on that patchiness. So that's something you're just gonna have to keep in mind if you are doing a blue eye look on yourself, or a client. If you're a makeup artist, blue is hard to move, and then so that's just something that you really have to think about when you are doing that. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna darken it a little bit more. So, but I want to know, like, what would y'all do? What would you do if you went to sleep and you woke up and there was like a cup of milk on the nightstand? But it just, you know what? That doesn't tell you, like, if they had like a mom or something, you know what I mean? And that makes me, like, wonder, like, did they not have a mom? You just start thinking all kinds of things, like, was it just them and their dad? Those kinds of things. But don't drink ghost milk. And if a ghost is bringing their chair up to you, like scooching it closer to you while you're playing checkers or watching TV or something, do not entertain that. Do not, because there ain't nothing good. And they said that that's where she had hung herself. That's crazy. This is called Ghost at Home. Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act of a local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to call mine. After 2 rings, someone answered it. Gave out a low, raspy giggle and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave it up as a lost cause and headed home. I found my phone laying on the nightstand right where I left it. And that just gave me goosebumps. That just gave me absolute chills. I don't know if some of you have heard this story. I had went to go visit my mom, and my sister lived across the street from my mom, and my niece would sometimes spend the night at my mom's house and sometimes, stay at my sister's house. And so she had a bedroom at both houses. But, they had these walkie-talkies, and they could talk to each other, because it was my mom's house right here, my sister was literally across the street. So they could talk to each other on these walkie-talkies, just fun. It's we're country, we come from the country, so it was just a fun thing. So one night I was at my mom's house and I was visiting. My sister was at home. My niece was at my mom's house. And I don't know if this walkie-talkie had been on all night long. I don't know. I will tell you, I had not heard it except for this one time. But this little girl's voice comes over the walkie and says my niece's name and says, "Can you come and play?" And when I tell you, my sister was at my mom's house in 3 seconds, because she had the walkie on over at her house too, and she heard the little girl's voice, and my niece was in the bed, so we knew it wasn't her or anything. She didn't have anything to do with it because she had already been in bed, but it scared the crap out of my sister. My sister was so scared, it scared the mess. And there was no kids. There was no other kids, around there that she would play with, or that would have the same walkie-talkie. You know what I mean? So that's an obvious that it's something kind of deviant, So it was weird to say the least. But I thought that was something very scary, and I got a very, very bad vibe from that. And so did my sister. My sister thought it was something that was not good also. So, okay. This is called The Puppy in the Basement. Mommy told me never to go in the basement. Well, let me tell you a story. One time, my Teddy Ruxpin got thrown down the stairs, and I went to go get it, and the light was turned off on me, and somebody locked me in the basement. They know who they are. It scared me very bad, and now I don't like basements. I was fine with basements until then, and it traumatized me, and now I can't enjoy a basement. Not even a finished one with a gym or games. They robbed me of that experience. So thank you for scaring me to death of basements. I appreciate that. Just wanted to put that out there. You know who you are. So, anyway, back to the story. Okay, Mommy told me never to go into the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise right there. It was kind of a sound like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy. So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy, and then Mommy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mommy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad, and I cried. Poor baby. The baby cried. Then Mommy told me never to go into the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better, so I didn't ask why the boy... Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. That made me feel better, so I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noise like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. I'm just going to let that one sink into y'all's minds tonight. Why? Why do you see a boy with no hands or no feet and it don't scare you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why would that just be, like, normal for you? You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just a little boy with no feet, no hands. That's craziness. That is craziness. That's crazy. And then the mom is, like, right there, like, you know, she's probably behind it. Okay, so now I've got this. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a little glitter on these eyes. And that will be our look. And I've had fun telling ghost stories with you guys. I love ghost stories. I've loved them since I was little. It's probably why ghosts come and visit me and try to scare me. So, what would y'all do if your mom told you not to go in the basement and then you happen to go in there and there's a little boy with no feet or hands? I mean, would that not scare the shit out of you? I mean, I would be terrified. Like, I would be like, who the hell is this little boy with no hands and feet? Why does he not have any hands or feet? And why is it normal? And why does it not freak my mom out that there's a little boy with no hands or feet? Like, that would be the scariest shit in the world. Like, that would scare the crap out of me. But she was just acting like it was like nothing, huh? Like, there's a boy with no hands and feet. I mean, Lord. You know what that reminds... Well, I'm not going to go there. That's weird. No hands or feet. Hey. I love like a glittery eye. Like a metallic eye, you guys. A little shimmer eye. Love it. Love it. So, that is all the ghost stories I have, I think. I think I've told a lot. I will tell you, one night, I had woken up and I went to the kitchen. I'm really bad about, well, I mean, you can probably tell by looking at me, I'm real bad about getting up in the middle of the night and I'll go eat. And one night I had gotten up and went to go eat. And I was clearly wide awake, you know, like I was eating little Debbie cakes and stuff. So, man, I was wide awake, and I went and laid back in the bed, and I had probably been in the bed for probably no more than like 5 minutes, maybe 10 at the most. So I was still awake, and something like pushed down on my legs, like it was like. And I was like, you know, it's legit scared me. And I was like, you know, you don't know what to do when something like that happens. Like, you're not prepared mentally for that, number one. But I was just like, you know, what is that? So, something like pushes down on my legs. And, it really scared me really badly, you know, and then, so I'm just laying there, and something told me, don't open your eyes, so, you know, I didn't, I was scared to death, so something just said, close your eyes and pray, and it was like this pressure was just on me, I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. I just was laying there. I was scared to death. I couldn't move my arms. Lamar was beside me. I could not like reach over and touch him. I couldn't say anything. And it kind of like let up off of me, and then it pushed down hard on me again. And I was just, and it was like something was telling me, whatever you do, don't open your eyes. Whatever you do, don't open your eyes. And then it just kind of released, and when it like came off of me, and it was like something told me, don't open your eyes, just act like nothing happened. And so that's exact. You ain't gotta tell me twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to tell me twice. I didn't open my eyes for shit. I rolled over and pretended like I hadn't felt nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not down for that shit. So that was very, very scary. But that was like at our old apartment. That was kind of like one of those things where it was like, yeah, something's here. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, something's definitely here. But like our TV would turn on all the time and all kinds of weird things. So now that I got that metallic on there, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna kind of darken up right here. Just a little bit. Smack that out a little bit. It's so crazy because a look is not done until you put your lash on. So no matter how like cute it looks, like when you're doing it or right before you're done, I mean, it's like not done until you put your lash on. It's like lashes change your look, your like eyeshadow. I want a little high with. One thing that I have an issue with on myself, I have to be really careful, is because I have a lazy eye. It's also deep set. Like, you have to be careful that your eyeshadow, it will get on. I mean, it's not like people can really tell because your eye's deep set, but it's just one of those things that you have to be kind of cautious of. That it will happen. Okay, guys, I'm going to put on a little liner, pop on a lash, and I'll be right back, guys. Hopefully there's not a ghost in here that's gonna get me. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, and that is the finished look. I put on some false lashes, some liner. I smoked out up underneath that eye, and that's it. Looks pretty good. Looks kind of ghostly, a little dead cold vibe going on. I have had tons of fun telling ghost stories with you guys. I always have fun telling them with y'all. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button while you're here. Make sure to hit the little bell so that it notifies you whenever I upload a video. And thank y'all again for all the love and support. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.